Hello, hello, hello! I'm No More Worlds. Welcome to one of the best games ever made. It's Divinity Original Sin 2. It's a definitive edition. I played the hell out of this game, and I've never beaten it. I've never beaten it because it's incredibly long, and I've started over Act 1 like 12 times. By myself and with other people, actually. So, I'm gonna jump right in. I'm gonna let's play this. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna beat this goddamn game for once. So, go into story, single player. These are the difficulty modes here. Explorer, I think, is just for general storytelling purposes. Classic is standard. We'll probably do, I guess, story mode is story mode. Explorer must be the first difficulty. Tactician's the hardest. And then there's an honor difficulty, which is like an Iron Man single save. And if your party dies or wipes, then the game's over and it erases the save. We're not going to do that. That's insane. Absolutely insane, but we will be doing Tactician mode because I really do enjoy how this game is played. I think it's pretty well thought out combat, turn-based. If you haven't played Divinity 2 before, it's an isometric RPG, really interesting style to it, really interesting world. There's a lot going on. The combat's very interesting. Two types of armor are maybe my only complaint, just because you have to really focus on one defense to beat over another. But yeah, let's dive right in. We're going to go into Tactician mode, regular Tactician mode. We can bring it on, yep. Am I sure I want to do Tactician mode? Oh man, especially challenging. And we can't change this once we start. That's fine. I'm not going to back down. I'm going to say yes, go away. We can do this. Now, there are some preset characters. They all have very interesting little storylines, and they have little story beats, but you can recruit them to your party. So I don't know if I want to be any of them specifically. I think we'll be creating our own character. We start off with the Red Prince here, an arrogant noble. The thing is, you can be any preset class with any of them, although they do kind of have a specific one. Here we go. Down here for the preset builds. Starting skills, and you can futz around with all this as much as you want, and you can customize it as much as you want, but let's go backwards. These are all the undead races. There's an undead version of every one of the different main races. There's lizard. I don't know how the skeleton has boobs. I don't think that's how it works. It's on the armor. It just has to be. That's just terrifying. So the undead is especially challenging, and I don't think we'll be going with them. Not a huge fan of the undead as well. Lizards are very interesting, although I'm not as scaly. That's just me, though. Human, not too bad. What the different races, what they start with is specific talents. Persuasion and sophisticated for this. The lizards, rather, and then they have ingenious, which is critical chance is pretty good, actually. For what the build I had in mind is, but I think we're going to be going with the elves, because we get corpse eater, which lets us eat random body parts, and this can give us skills, or this can give us really cool little insight into the lore. Plus the elves are weird little shoeless freaks with twisted, super muscular bodies, and I kind of love them. They're just terrifying looking creature. Like, look at this. This is a monster. I love it. So we'll be an elf. They also have flesh sacrifice as a opening talent. It's one of my favorites because you take some HP damage, and you gain 1 action point, which is going to be very useful for combat, and a 10% damage boost for 2 turns at the cost of 1 constitution. Plus it creates a puddle of blood, and that's going to work into what I have planned. So I think we're going to go with the Inquisitor preset, just because that's what I have in mind. There's a build I have in mind. I looked up some builds, I had some ideas, but this is what we're going to be going with. We'll go to appearance. Let's get rid of the armor for now. Oh my god, just a twisted little freak. So pick your skin tone. They have weird names. Dune, honey, walnut, shale. We'll be shale, maybe. Turf. Okay, now this is getting weird. We'll be Dune. I think we can be Dune. And then face-wise, a few faces to pick from. Just weird, twisted monsters. Face 6. Oh yeah, we're gonna be that. Hairstyle. They have a lot of leaves and horns and stuff. But I think we're gonna be going with something very simple. Their head seems so small. I like the like Bambi look to it. I think we'll be going with this. Hair color. Want something like real weird. Nice purple, I think. That's excellent. Facial features. They get none. I think this is for beards. And then you can pick a voice.
Try again. Try again.
You're not trying to escape, are you?
Greet the Reaper for me. Greet the Reaper for me.
We'll be Trickster, just because word-wise, I think that's going to go with what we're going for, but I don't know if I love the voice. It doesn't matter too much. Name-wise, I don't know what this symbol means, but we should probably put a name in here. She can be sanguine. Nah. It gives you an idea. I'm not gonna say I'm a creative mind. I have my moments. That's not one of them. Presets. We have the Inquisitor preset. Why do we want the Inquisitor preset? Well, we don't need strength. We want intelligence. And honestly, we just want intelligence. We're gonna boost intelligence all the way for now. And then abilities-wise, Necromancer. Yep. Warfare. Yeah. These two starting ones. So Warfare, each level will increase our physical damage, and Necromancer, each level will... I think we want to get to level 2. We definitely want to open up a lot of the spells, because the Necromancer is what we're going to focus on. We're going to be doing a lot of blood magic, and that has a lot of physical base damage, and it scales well with Warfare. And then if we can, we're going to go into crits. So we might do a few ranks of Scoundrel as well. Be very heavy in crits, going to be very heavy in physical damage. Plus they have some support abilities early on. We might also want some Hydro Sophist, which is the Water Mage abilities. Plenty of heals in here, and there's a few protection spells. Won't be a frontline fighter. We're going to be pretty rear line. Telekinesis and Lore Master. What do I want to take? Sneaking and Thievery aren't necessary. I think Persuasion's probably the best. Just for some of the tricks we're going to do. Confirm, and let's figure out what we're going to take. I don't really care for any of these. Maybe Bouncing Shield. We don't need the Battering Ram. Decaying Touch, maybe. I think it's a physical damage attack. Bloodsucker. We can start with Bloated Corpse. That might be helpful. Just Mosquito Swarm's going to be our main one. Why don't we get Bloated Corpse? Just something to keep damage away from us early on. All right, talents wise, Executioner, not terrible, but there are other ones I want to go for. Probably some that open up later on. Here we go. Actually, I definitely want Savage Sortilege, which is spells get critical multiplier. So we're going to take care of that. Take that one first. There are other ones in here, like, oh my, where is it? It's here somewhere. Far Out Man. Increases the range of our skills and scrolls. So this just helps out with our, range when it comes to our spells. We'll take that one later on, probably. Leech is interesting, but I actually kind of want Elemental Affinity. Yeah, here it is. Lowers the action cost of spells by 1 when standing in the surface of the same element, and I think blood counts for that. It's going to help us out quite a bit, because we'll be standing in a lot of blood. We're going to be using a lot of blood. Tags, we're going to be Outlaw, and yeah, I'll go with Barbarian as well. We're also female and elf. This will help us out in conversations. We can use these different tags when it comes to, what kind of dialogue options we have, what kind of story beats we have. That's interesting stuff. That's flavor text. And then instruments. This is, I'll let the clicking explain it for you. So, what instrument you want for sort of some background tracks, some little level up sounds, other stuff like that. I think we'll go with the flute for now. So we can start. Don't think there's anything else I want. There's other things we're going to want in here eventually. Strength is not going to matter, because that's specifically with damages with strength-based weapons and skills. We're not going to be using any of that. Physical, yes. Strength, no. Finesse. Not going to be using that. Might want a little constitution. Might want some memory later on. Wits is probably something we all want to invest into for crit chance. We just start the game though.
It all happened like I knew it would. A single drop of source magic. And, like flies to honey, the monsters swarmed. The rebel panicked. The carnage began. And the magisters pointed their fingers at me. Just as I'd planned. I was shackled and collared. And sent to Fort Joy. I'd come here to kill Godwoken. But instead, I became part of their story.
Can I talk again? I don't know if there's going to be another story beat in a second. I think there is. No, there's a loading screen. I can kind of explain a few things, but I'll wait for this opening.
So, still a bit groggy, are we? Don't worry, the sedative will wear off soon enough. Easy now, no need to hurry. Get your bearings and report to me upstairs.
Alright, so source magic is incredibly dangerous. It summons all kinds of horrendous monsters. There's, you know, your standard Templar organization. It's a little different than normal magic.
So it wasn't a dream after all.
You have to worry about people who can use source, and so everyone on this prison transport ship is a source user. There's going to be a bunch of lore that unlocks over time, so I won't go too far into it, but we're just all on this prison ship together. We unlock source abilities later on, and there's some powerful ones. A lot of party skills, but these are, you know, our bread and butter. This is the collar that restrains that. We can get this off at some point on the first act. What you can do...
Not a very chatty fellow, are you?
If I was the undead, specifically Fane, I could, who's the undead character, I could speak to this skull. It would chat with me. I'm not gonna do that. Look around for things to steal if I wanted to. This bucket's a helmet. I don't care for it. Just gonna go ahead and loot anything I find down here. Ball and chain, no thank you. Lamps. In case you didn't know, this is made by Larian Studios, and they're doing the Baldur's Gate 3, which I have played a little of, and I like a lot. It's not finished yet, and I didn't want to go too far into it until it was finished. This plays similar to how that plays, but, you know, a different system. Can move this. Look at that. Look at my skills. See if anything's in here. We have some gold. We'll be taking that right away. Can't quite remember how to run. Maybe double click. Yep. Let's pan around the area if I want. I thought there was a... Okay, we can pan with the middle mouse button. We want to go into the next zone, I think. There are 2 ways in, if I remember correctly. There's a sheep in here. I swear, this introduction used to have me speaking to her. Is there even more? Do I just go up this way? Well, let's explore down here for now. They changed the introduction a little bit. I don't know if I played the new introduction. I can open this door. There are a few... Yeah.
Freight or food?
If I had pet pal, I could speak to this lamb.
Her rectangular eyes like letterboxes to the void. With one sharp hoof, she kicks you right in the shin.
This thing just kicked me for some bizarre reason. Let's see if there's anything in here.
Did you expect a needle?
I do love the fun little narration. If you hold down Alt, you can look and see most interactable objects on the ground, but not everything that can be interacted with, like this. Some crafting items. Cargo door key, I'll be taking that. Because there will be things we need the key for. Yet to find anyone down here. We're gonna take a little bit of the food as well. Take this ham, which seems to hover around quite a bit. We'll be taking the pie and the bread. These are just little healing objects. Nothing up here. Maybe something in the pots. Minor healing potion, absolutely necessary. Now, if I remember this puzzle correctly, take this pocket knife for now. We might need it. And is there anything else heavy I can put on this? I think I can open this door. It's locked on this side. It's locked on this side. I think I can open this door if I get another objects to put on top of it. I don't know if this is the best one to do. I like the little puzzles like this. If you had telekinesis, you'd have much more range to be doing this. Hey, look at that puzzle. We figured it out. Now we can go into sneak mode, if I remember correctly. There's a button for it. I can't see it here. Source muted, which means this is a status effect. I can't use source magic or receive source points now. There's a single guard down here. He's sleeping. He's injured for some bizarre reason. There's all kinds of status effects that will affect you if you cross them. Environmental hazards, right? I can also throw this and spread it around on the ground. So if I had fire magic, I could set this all aflame. Or if I had a torch, or, you know, special arrows. Lots of environmental interactions in this game. I'm gonna quick save. If I remember correctly, we'll talk to this guy.
Hey, get me out of this cage and I'll make it worth your while. You in? Your guess is as good as mine. Someone screamed loud as a banshee. After that, pure pandemonium. They never even told me what I was accused of. Just dragged me down here.
Sure, we'll agree to help.
Gentlewoman among jesters, you are. Give that lever a pull, and I guarantee we'll both get something out of the deal.
Now, I don't trust this guy. I know what happens. We can open this up.
Before you can even touch the lever, you hear a sniff and snort behind you as the snoring magister mumbles himself awake. One bloodshot eye opens, and then another.
Is my shift over? Are you here to relieve me? Oh, wait, you're no magister. You're a sorcerer. What are you doing here, filthy elf? Choose your words carefully. My fists ache to meet a new face.
There are persuasion options here. I do have a bonus to persuasion, but these are based off stats. I don't have any bonuses to wits, constitution, or persuasion, so any of these will work the same. These will all get him to go upstairs.
One more step, and it will be your last.
I'm just gonna yank the lever.
A collared sauce freak thinks she can clobber a red. Damn fool. Lucian's name. Oh, I should have known there'd be trouble.
Now, what we need to do... start by doing a sacrifice on ourselves. We'll lose a little constitution. That's fine, though, because we get more AP, and we're going to go as far as we can. AP cost for Mosquito Swarm is... this is the cooldown time. I want to get away, and I want them to fight each other. So why don't we get up to... I think we'll still have line of sight here. Let's move one for now. And we're going to Mosquito Swarm him. And now he's bleeding. We can raise a bloated corpse, but I don't want to do that quite yet. And the reasons why is I don't trust this guy, so I'm going to even move further this way. And end my turn.
So
Good.
much for a peaceful stroll.
And we murdered that guard. Now, did we need to? No, but to get you an idea of how the combat works, he just used a fireball, there was oil everywhere.
Voice darkens as his eyes rest.
No more oil on the ground. It's all smoke right now, which actually does affect your range and that sort of thing. This lasts longer in combat because it's turn-based, but outside of combat, things don't last as long.
Ah, freedom. Tastes better than wine. I'm nothing if not a man of my word. And I did give my word I'd set you free, lass. Say your prayers while you've breath to speak them. The halls await.
Gets to go first. Oh, thankfully I get to go first. So, why don't we go ahead and raise a bloated corpse? And you know what? Why don't we make him bleed as well? Now, I still have an action point. I don't want to get close to this because he can blow that up. So why don't we move up to here? And the bloated corpse, I control it. And just start attacking him. Attack of opportunity missed. He's charging straight at me. Does not do that much damage. This is all, you know, melee based. Now I can move out the way, which I'm going to do. He'll get an attack of opportunity. No, he won't. I can heal myself by sucking up some blood. Bam. Move as far as I can this way. And we have a summon. Like, our summon can do all this if we want. Okay, so our skills are all on cooldown. We don't have a weapon. We can punch him. It's going to do very little damage. No point to it, really. Now, what I want to do is move over here. Just end our turn. I think we can save up AP if we don't spend it. That's what I'm going to do. And we're just going to move this guy here. How much does this cost? Yeah. Yeah, we're going to do this. So this is a Vile Burst. It explodes, deals 11 to 13 damage. And he's almost dead. And also, we're standing... You know what? We'll just Mosquito Swarm him. We get health back from Mosquito Swarm.
By killing me.
And you know what? We could just heal up again if we needed to. But we've taken care of it, and we killed this poor guard. Or this poor guy. Check the Magister's remains from the corpse we made, which is a locked door key, some gold, and a shirt. Check our inventory. We have right. Okay, this is threadbare gown, and this is a stained shirt. I think this is better than the gown armor-wise. It is. Taking that. Look at that. Look at how the elves' armor looks. It's very goofy. It's far too revealing as well. Now we can hold the knife for now. It's not going to be a weapon we'll use. Might as well keep hold of it in case we need it. That gives you an idea of how this game's going to go. Now we can go in here, see if there's anything we want. Absolutely not. Bowl, helmet. No treasure chest as far as I can see. There's another ladder that goes upstairs here. I should be able to open this door. I can. We'll see if there's anything of value inside here. There should be some books, maybe some scrolls. Empty potions bottles, we can use that later to craft with. We do have a weight limit, so we'll have to keep an eye on that. We don't want to pick up too much useless junk. We just want to see what we have available to us. There's a horrible table right here. We can lay on it. It kind of clips into us, but that's fine. Oh. Alright, let's get out of that. And there's this thing, which is empty. Another healing potion. Bed. Poison. We don't want to avoid stepping into this. You can clear hazards like this with fire. You can clear it with telekinesis. Another mighty healing potion over there, huh? Poison bottle, we'll keep that. And we'll grab this last health potion. There we go. Gives you an idea of how combat works, gives you an idea about exploring works. You want to keep an eye out on any little puzzles. This character is not going to be beastly quite yet, but I think as we move up, we'll become massively powerful, especially once we get the crits going. This is also not going to be a very good, like, lone wolf character. She's slowed from the oil. If we go in here to this letter... We can read what the letter says. Important from the guard steward. It comes to my attention again that several of you are bypassing the cargo hold security measures by sliding boxes onto the pressure plates. This would have just given us an idea of how to get past this puzzle. I figured it out. I probably figured it out my first time playing this game as well. I don't want to brag too much, but, you know, that's just the kind of guy I am. I don't think there's going to be anything too useful down here, so I think we should just go upstairs. We can go upstairs this way. Yeah, we can leave the tutorial deck. Alright, this is, originally, I think when the game first came out, this section was connected to that bottom section. I don't know what my journal is updating right now. I don't know where the journal button is. There it is. It's L? Why isn't it J? Caught under the collar. Sanguina. As sorcerers, we are arrested by the Divine Order. The prison island of Fort Joy awaits. Troubled waters. Find someone to help remove your collar is hot under the collar. Troubled waters is the other one. Chronicles. This gives us little bits of information. We're on the Mayweather on the way to Fort Joy. Will we be able to escape it? There is a pope of this religious order that has us imprisoned, so that's pretty interesting. There's a few things we can steal from here. This is the only actual stealable thing. And we can sneak around her to take it. I don't know if it's worth it. I don't quite remember if it is.
What a well of knowledge this tome is.
Gonna steal anything that looks kind of valuable. Think the mortar and pestle is gonna be useful. Cooking pot might also be useful. Jawless skull. It's an ingredient. We'll take that. We might get to some potion making. I don't quite know yet. We're definitely going to steal this gold cup. It's interesting how little she cares about us stealing. This other stuff does not matter to her. These are specimens in a jar, I think. Y'all. Yeah, grotesque jar. Something strange inside of it, right? So, yeah, who knows? We have a few resurrection scrolls on us. These are going to be important to resurrect party members. We have a scroll of electrical discharge. This will be helpful if something's, you know, weak to electricity. We don't have an electrical user. Let's take this. Now, how do I go into stealth mode? Because I want to steal that goddamn book. If I am able to.
Now you're looking a bit more chipper. Yes. Looks like that collar fits you snugly enough. Nice bit of work, even if I do say so myself.
You know what? We don't need to steal that book. I know what's going to happen. That's fine for now. Let's chat.
Not too tight, I hope. The collar, I mean. Oh, not to worry. Every dog has to get used to its leash.
Yes, there's some deep BDSM things going on here. Just roll with it, you know. Just be cool. Don't kink shame. Don't kink shame.
In the meantime, your next stop will be Magister William. All passengers have to be registered in the ship's manifest, and he's the chap in charge of the logs. You'll find him on the other side of this deck, in the officers' quarters.
If you look down here, these are the tags I gave myself earlier. This is a very strange mix. We'll go with Barbarian. Runt, I bet you've never seen no wooden cave before.
Are you seriously? This is a ship. It floats on water. It is a vessel that allows us to travel the sea.
Index fingers pressed to her lips, she pauses a moment to give you a scrutinizing gander.
My word, you do seem a bit befuddled, don't you? Perhaps I was a bit too generous with that sedative. Oh, well, I'm sure you'll soon gather your wits. Most likely. Eventually. In the meantime, all you need to know is that we're en route to Fort Joy. A new life awaits, and if you're a particularly good girl, perhaps a cure as well. An end to Source. For good.
Yeah, they want to eliminate Source. We're a Source user. It's sort of like, I don't know, X-Many. You know, we don't choose to use the Source chose us. Thug life. Let's mention the crime we committed.
Is he? Oh well. Some problems simply sort themselves, don't they?
We take our leave. Let's not admit to murdering the guard. She can find that out later. Or will she?
Good gods! There's been a murder here.
Let's close that door, because that annoys me. There's two things that annoy me: not automatically closing a door behind you, and not removing your shoes when you enter a house. That's something The Sims does not get right. Until that Snowy Escape expansion. But all right, I'll show you the next ability the elf has. We can chat with them about this.
A young magister stands pale and silent. Her knuckles whiten around her weapon as you pass.
The murderer take him into this room.
Yeah, we're just gonna walk in.
Already here.
Ugly sight, isn't it? Burns me up this happened under our protection. We're extremely lucky no Voidwalker followed the source that did this. Finn didn't see it like that. He was desperate for us to help him. Two things scared the living daylights out of him. His own shadow and his own source. We'll find out who did this. Speaking of,
She looks up at you with a mirthless smile.
I was on duty in your room when the murder happened. You were asleep the whole time. Didn't even stir. You're one of the only indisputably innocent people on the ship. Unless you can commit murder in your sleep, of course. I thought as much. Listen, I could use someone to keep their ears open among the passengers. Sometimes they clam up in front of a uniform. Bring me a good lead, and I'll throw in a shiny gold coin for you. How about that?
And we are no snitch, but we're just gonna nod.
Thanks. I just want to catch whoever did this before they hurt anyone else.
Because the elves have a particular ability to solve cases. It'd be very useful to current detectives, cops. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it in front of her. Quick save real quickly.
Who?
All right. I need to sneak to do this. So, I'm going to reload. Ignore that. Yeah, whatever, load. This is why I didn't want that Iron Man start. And I'm also going to look up how to increase the base maximum action points. Select your gift bag feature. So these are gift bag features that we can do if we want to. Not going to take care of that. They're little bonuses that have come as the game's gotten improved upon. That's not what I want. What I want is options and keybinds. What the hell the sneak button is. I know it should be unlocked by now. Toggle sneak. It is C. All right. That's very funny. We're going to close this door. And we need her to, like, go about her business. Alright, we'll just go ahead and sneak. And that. Take that. Unsneak. Alright, now you're going to see that what this elf's special ability is. It's a chunk of flesh. We stole it. We ripped a chunk off this corpse, but we need it. Because what we do is we can eat this.
As the dead man's flesh slides down your throat, you feel his consciousness enter yours. His memories are yours to experience. You are Finn. Your heart is heavy. You know too much. It's all too much. You met him. A bright light blinds you, then fades. You feel a tremendous power in your hands, but they are shaking so hard you can barely use them. Suddenly you're on this very ship, crouched in a corner, hugging your knees. A figure approaches, an older woman. Her eyes are kind. She comes closer. She says she wants to talk. She reaches a hand toward you. You grasp it. The memories end. You are no longer Finn. You return to yourself with a jolt.
Kill? I think we did. Sucker punch. This is an ability we have because we don't have a weapon equipped, and because we're standing in blood, we're gaining healing. I think. Is that what's causing it, or do we have continuous healing from eating that flesh? It must be from eating the flesh. All right. So I think if we go into character skills, then under K, yeah. So it's 3 of 3. I would much rather have adrenaline than bloodsucker right now.
Now, where did I leave my calipers?
There we go. Oh, there are requirements to this one. One scoundrel. Okay, we can get that later. Adrenaline's very useful.
Known associates. So, anything interesting for me?
We learned something from the dead man's memories. He met an older woman on the ship.
From his memories? You ate something off his corpse? Please, don't tamper with the evidence. Especially not like that. As for the older woman, I'll have to check out the ship's log. If she's aboard, I haven't met her myself. Must avoid us Reds when she sees us. If you meet anyone like that aboard, maybe you could talk to her. Casually. See when she last spoke to Finn.
There you go. Goddamn coin. So we can go upstairs. I don't think we need to. There's not a lot of stuff we can find here.
No known associates. In fact, he seemed quite averse to spending time with the others.
I take some food. Food's good to have. In general, we want the rope. That might be useful later on. Baldur's Gate has very similar systems for collecting stuff. You need rope for, like, dungeoneering or whatever. Definitely want a bedroll.
How to sing. I did.
Is there anything down here? There's another sheep we could talk to if we wished. There's some little kids here.
I've seen more appetizing things coming out of plague-stricken pigs.
Dance. Oh my god. He just kicked that bar at that kid. Beat him.
There you are, wife. Would you please tell this very charming gaggle of not-at-all brat-like babes that I am by no accounts this loaser woman, nor do I sing, in fact. I'm deathly allergical. How very correct you are, spouse of mine. Madame Josephine Gribbles de Peeb refuses to be confused with anyone else. What? What's so funny?
Her pinched face cracks into a great grin, and she shoos the children away from her with a laugh.
Yeah, okay, you found me out. Go on and get, and maybe I'll sing you something when I'm good and ready.
She turns to you, dark-eyed and dirty-haired, and smiles flatly.
Gotta keep ourselves entertained, haven't we?
One of us will kill our own. They're picking us off one by one.
You presume right. Thanks, but I already belong to an elite and exclusive ship gang. We play ball every day after lunch. You're too soft for it. You take care, though.
Suddenly, her eyes cloud to an unnatural black. Greyish veins run down her face, and her mouth tightens into a cruel sneer. As quickly as they came, the clouds clear. She smiles as though no change came over her.
Good luck, Chief.
Kid,
Serious.
down by the room up the hall.
No,
You sure about that?
no.
My
Sorry.
mum doesn't like elves, but I have a secret. When I grow up, I'm gonna be an elf. She'll get used to it.
Adorable. So we can talk to several of these people. I don't think it matters too much. We don't want to deal with the lizards. They enslave our elf people.
I know it.
Would you
There-
put a knuckle in it? I'm trying to concentrate.
We can go find
Care about us.
one of my favorite characters. I swear she's over here, but I can't see her. Oh, there she is.
One of us will kill our own. They're picking us off one by one.
An elf sits tucked away in a dark spot, lazily rolling dice onto the surface of a barrel. They sound like the dry cackling of an old witch.
Snake eyes.
She chuckles.
I bet that's just what they'll look like.
She shakes her head.
Game for one, I'm afraid. Rolling dice. Deciding fates. Don't worry, honey. It isn't yours.
She looks you up and down with the merest hint of a coy smile on her lips.
Never say never, though.
She eyes you suspiciously.
Not the future, no. But I can read the past in flesh. Just like you. And I'm quite good at it, too. I could lick your arm and tell you how you spent the night before last. Shall I?
She gives your arm a vigorous stroke of the tongue, efficient like a cat grooming.
Weird freaks. All elves are weird freaks in this game. It's great.
You were in a cellar with other sorcerers. As everyone lay sleeping, you lay awake thinking of someone back home. A very special someone. You were reminiscing about the things you used to do together.
She pats you on the shoulder consolingly.
There, don't you worry, darling. Your secret's safe with me. I don't lick and tell.
Horny game. This is a horny game made by horny people. That's fine, though. We can go around talking to more people, but don't really think. Let's just introduce ourselves.
Man lounges against the wall with scarred arms folded. A sly smile playing on his face, he stares across at the Magister guarding him. Noticing you, he straightens and beckons for you to come closer.
Watch your back, new fish. There's a murderer on board, and I'd bet 3 months' pay it's this tramp Ifan.
Rolling his eyes at the Magister's warning, the man named Ifan beckons again. He leans in and adjusts your collar with a sharp tug, balancing its weight so it no longer presses unpleasantly on your neck. He winks.
Pinches less that way, right?
Hocking a phlegmy gobbet in your general direction, the sullen Magister settles back to his task of glowering at Ifan. And now, you.
We used to know each other, more's the pity. I was his commander many, many, many moons ago. Isn't that right, Vic?
Standing far back from Ifan, the tight-faced Magister draws one finger across his throat in an elaborate fashion, but says nothing. Ifan grins, flashing pointed white teeth.
Same as he was at 14 years old. Only difference is somebody gave him a bigger sword and now he's Johnny Big Pants.
I don't know who wrote that line, but I love it. I love it a lot.
Long story. Maybe I'll tell you about it in the joy. Away from interested parties. No. The dead man, Finn, is it? I'd no business with him. And I wouldn't put a man down without good reason.
He glances over at Magister Victor, who's staring back at him with pointed intensity.
Damn shame sheer annoyance isn't reason enough. The joy, I've heard a lot. Nothing good. No surprise there, since Bishop Alexander runs the show. Wonder if we'll get to meet the ringmaster himself. Easy now. I might think the same, but Vic here will blow a blood vessel if he hears you talking like that.
What are you conspiring about over there? You, elf, what's your name?
I gotta say, the uniforms for some of these guys are a little, planny.
Oh, don't mind him. Vic's just got a bee in his bonnet. And that bee is me.
Name?
Magister Victor looks at you suspiciously, then scrawls something illegible down in a tiny notebook. He scowls at you as he stows the notebook back in his voluminous robes.
Away with you, at once.
Ifan performs an elaborate pantomime of keeping quiet, one finger in front of his lips as he leans back against the wall.
Two more people we have to meet? Oh, 3 more people we have to meet. Alright, we'll just chat with them briefly.
A broad dwarf sits totally upright on the bench, eyes closed, palms face up on his knees. His beard is a cascade of meticulous plaits, each one braided through with golden medallions. He raises an eyebrow as you approach, but doesn't open his eyes.
Listen up, Ghetto. You hear that? The ship, of course.
A wave of sound washes over you. The unintelligible chatter of your shipmates, the groaning of wood from floor to ceiling, the boom, crash and crackle of waves around you, complaints from the sea itself.
And?
You are chill, aren't you? The fellow cocks his ear, listening.
That isn't anger, it's...
He cocks his ear to the other side, then smiles.
Anticipation. She senses something. I'd hold on to my breeches if I were you, mate. That's all you hear, though. Listen close. There now, just like that.
Squeak!
Aha!
His eyes snap open as his countenance breaks into an expression of joy. One great paw claps you on the back. The other catches you, before you lose your footing.
There, you heard it, didn't you? I knew it. I knew it. Aye, this is good news, kiddo. Good news. It's the wheel. The wheel. Don't you see, you beautiful idiot? Squeaks whenever the helmsman jerks it clockwise, which means we're heading east. Burn my beard. That means if we've been traveling for, yes, only 10.34 nautical miles to Fort Joy.
Don't you get saucy with me when you clearly don't know the first thing about sauce.
Ah, so you've eyes as well as ears, eh? You'll go far, mate. Even here. Yeah, no indeed, kiddo. But that ain't my final destination.
The dwarf leans back from the table and strokes his beard, gold medallions jingling merrily. His eyes roll over to you.
That'll be all, thank ye kindly, kiddo.
He continues stroking his beard, a beatific smile on his lips, and doesn't acknowledge you anymore.
Alright, we'll talk to this jerk.
Well, well. What have we here? A fresh face in this stale hell. Let's size you up, shall we? See if you'll do.
The lizard looks you up and down, like a farmer would a fetching horse.
I don't like that at all.
All of a sudden, he grips you firmly by the chin, with the intent of inspecting your teeth.
There's some discoloration, but I've seen worse. After all, one can't expect to find prime merchandise on a squalid little ship like this. Now then, to business. You will answer me 3 questions. The first one is this. Can you cook?
I will nod.
Ah, music to my beleaguered stomach. On to the second question. Can you knit, weave? In short, tailor? Oh, but to feel the caress of satin on my scarlet skin once more. A most satisfactory answer indeed. On then to my final query. Have you the ability to administer the upkeep of one's personal appearance? The delicate art of cosmetics is what I'm after. The very basics, then. I suppose that's a start. So, 3 questions asked, 3 questions answered. Let's evaluate, shall we? As per your own testimony, you can cook, tailor, and groom. Well, that just about settles it. I offer you my sincerest congratulations. As of now, you are my slave.
Well, I mean...
My slave, of course. Oh, but... I see. Yes, I suppose it must take some time for the full extent of this honor to sink in. Anyway, you may leave me for a moment. We'll go over your duties once we reach Fort Joy. Now shoo!
Yeah, so that gives you an idea. The Red Prince is quite powerful. In his homeland of wherever the lizards live, and elves are bought and sold there, so he can go to hell. But he does have some useful, fun backstories, and he has some history with Sebo back there, so that's pretty interesting. I should mention up here, you can see my little portrait avatar, and you can see this gray bar that's filled up. That's physical armor. It's only 2 out of 2. That will grow as time increases. That's because I switched to this very armorful shirt. Look how much armor I have. And there's just one more person we need to talk to.
Volume of Cranley Hubert's famous encyclopedia. He looks up, his big round eyes scanning your body, absorbing every detail. He reaches out and examines your face, tugging at your ears and prodding your nose.
Fascinating.
He sits back and returns to his book, flicking quickly from page to page, completely oblivious to your presence.
It is simultaneously too detailed and insufficient. I know the beginning of this tale and the end, but I am rather missing the middle. Tell me, what do you know of our world's history? Oh, please. I have no interest in that. Your books are too full of it already. No, I want to know about the Celestial. I want to know about your gods. This text tells me that they created all creatures, but nothing of what came before. Where did these gods come from? Who are their people? Where are the others of their kind?
The elf's face freezes for just a second before he waves his hand dismissively.
Oh, it's just one of my idle curiosities. We mortals do like to consider these things, do we not? Now, please, run along. I have a world to decipher.
No amount of pestering will get the elf to take his eyes off his book or respond to your questions.
Alright, let's go in and chat with the, you can already see what's happening over here.
Here's the register, ma'am. Good, good. Magister Williams has just about done with the last passenger. You faring okay so far? Trust me, with Bishop Alexander in charge, things will get a lot better from here on out. He's God-woken, you know. You head on in now. Williams will get you sorted fast.
Like Magister paid. There's an interesting morality to this, because the source is dangerous. It does bring in horrible, void, Lovecraftian monstrosities. This is how this society controls it. But it does create this weird authority system. You have prisoners, you have people with powers being put away, differences. It's you got good cop, bad cop. But with an elf that eats flesh, there is no good cop. I'm gonna shoot mosquitoes at everyone. Now, we don't have to worry about looting anything quite yet.
In the center of the room, you spot a sorcerer haughtily eyeing a pair of nervous-looking magisters. They keep their crossbow trained upon her as she's being interrogated by an officer.
So you admit it then? You murdered that poor fella?
Yes, I did. But of course, that was only the beginning.
She turns her head and looks you straight in the eye.
There are others whose lives must end.
Good God, the woman's mad. You there, sorcerer, go and fetch Magister Siwan. We need to do more than collar this maniac. We need to shackle her, hands and feet.
It means your journey draws to a close. Do stick around for its finale, though, because...
She reaches for her collar and simply removes it.
I'm just about to create a scene.
That would be the time to shoot her. I understand this is turn-based, but I would have shot her already. But,
Sure, men, quickly! If she casts source, the Voidwoken will come. They'll end us all.
She smiles with wicked satisfaction.
Precisely.
scenes you can create in this little isometric view.
What's happened?
Alright, now it's time to loot. Take everything that's not nailed down, anything valuable. We don't need this broken source collar, but we'll take it. Grab some wine, some cheese bread. I think wine's pretty valuable, so we'll take a few of those. Take the snapper. We don't want to take the plates unless they're like gold. You can kind of see the value of, oh yeah, the wine is definitely valuable. We'll be taking a lot of that. Pumpkin soup, anything for healing. So these are weapons we can have. I want a wand. I don't know why this keeps going away. We'll take all of these. We have a shiv, that should be slightly better than the pocket knife. Open these up, see if anything's inside. It isn't. I don't see a wand quite yet. I think there is one down here. This is just all empty cups. I do want that bottle of wine, thank you. Want to avoid stepping in the fire. Your character will kind of do that, right? But okay, thank you. Gold, and there are some letters here. Just fun little lore builds. Take these for now, and this note. I think everyone's going to be down for the count. Now, this is some plot armor. Everyone that matters and that we spoke to, they're alive. I think the children are alive as well. You don't want to kill off kids. It really downers the story, especially when they're adorable. Those kids weren't. They're kind of weird, but still, you got to keep them alive.
Oh! What happened? Must have been the turnips. You dare strike a royal? Ooh.
The lizard's eyes close as he slips into unconsciousness.
I keep slapping him?
You shake the lizard by the shoulder.
Okay, so we're not going to be able to wake anyone quite yet. We do want to rob as much stuff as we possibly can before we leave. Get the grease key. This is the grease store. We unlock it. There are a few little bits and pieces here. We want the mug of wine. Take the journal. We already have a cooking pot, so we don't need that. We'll take the mashed potatoes. Swear I just saw... There we go. Small poison bottle. I don't know why that was in there. This is all on fire, but we'll check it. Tomato sauce. We're on fire now. I hope it's not going to last that long. This is actually quite annoying. Alright, take this. I want that restoration scroll. There we go. If I can get this without walking into the fire, that would be ideal. And I think this will give us a recipe or something. Yep. For some reason this is locked. Now if I wanted to, I could attack the door. If I had a lockpick, I could pick the lock. Don't need to do that. We've been through there. Don't think there's anything else I want here. I do want to heal before we go upstairs, though. We're not going to be able to wake anyone up. And if we want to heal, then what we can do is walk right over here. And... there we go. Handy little ability. So let's keep walking around for now. I'll take Master Jalen, Source Hound for some meat. She's going to be down for the count as well. A few more Magisters we want to get to. We want to go upstairs and trigger the next story beat. But we're going to come back down. Oh, the sheep's dead. Oh. I do want to rob. Just gonna... I want to go upstairs first. I think we can go up. I think we go up this way? I'm not sure. There's a way we go up. There's going to be some battles up ahead.
The hatch is blocked.
Okay.
I'll need to find another way.
There is another route upstairs. I just need to figure out where it is. Ladder or something like that. Here it is. Status condition wet means you're harder to set on fire. It means electricity harms you more. I'm gonna keep all these things in mind. So let's go up to the next floor. Now, I think the Source Hounds will be fighty with me. If I had Animal Friend or something like that, less so the case. We can't really walk through there without taking damage. We might find buckets of water. I want that gold cup. Keep moving. Open this up. Now, if we open this up, I think the Magisters will want to fight me. And they will probably... There's only 2 of them. I think we could probably win against them. They are armed. We are not. That's important to remember. We're not armed right now. If anyone has a wand, though, that would be ideal. This... this room here has some sort of void poison smoke in it. And the only ones that are immune to it are the undead. I am not undead. So we're not going to bother with that. We got a bow out of this. We can open this door. We'll have to fight the dog. I'm fine with that. I'm going to throw this on top of... There we go. Put out the fire. It's called marked key, so we can open this door if we wanted to. And if we go in here, I think we can just about reach the knight, if I remember correctly. We can read this thing, though. Death fog barrels have been locked down in storage. Stay out. You and Rick's both. If anyone starts fooling around, it'll be lights out. So that's death fog. If we go in here, I know exactly what's going to happen.
The marking on the door was painted. You press your palm against the door to open it. It doesn't budge. The door groans.
Something's breaking through.
We can go in. That's death fog. We want to avoid that. But we can move up. I'm going to just quick save, just in case. This will kill us almost immediately. Yep, so we can just reach into there. I want that. Can I get the Inquisitor? Oh, we can. Excellent. Good part of sword. I'll take that. Might be worth something. I really need a wand. It's not a weapon I'm going to use much, but... Is that apple juice? Yeah, apple juice. Okay, excellent. We can talk to Fane. He's over here.
You pass through the door and are suddenly face to face with an undead. His skull is bizarre.
Fane is undead. He wasn't actually an elf.
Sits in the middle of his forehead. The skeleton is quickly leafing through a volume of Cranley Hubert's famous encyclopedia, muttering to himself.
No. What damn fools record knowledge on a pulped tree? It catches fire, it turns into must when wet, it cannot even resist acid. No wonder they're so bloody ignorant.
The skeleton looks up and notices you for the first time.
Oh, it's you. Shouldn't you be running and screaming or some such?
The skeleton groans and looks back to his book, frantically flipping from page to page.
Yes, indeed. It's the look of someone that wants to read the bloody book he's holding. Now, if you're really quite finished, I believe you have lifeboats to flee to. Please, I was no more an elf than you are those rags you're wearing. I had a mask, rather ingeniously designed, which allowed me to take that primitive form. A mask that was stolen by that damned witch after her little scene. Still, she'll drown with the rest of these fools, and I will simply pluck my mask from her cold, dead hands. Indeed, just as sensible as getting off a sinking ship and leaving a fellow to his business. I would say good day, but it seems quite likely that you're about to die a rather terrible death, so...
The skeleton shrugs casually and returns to his book.
No reason to be upset about the undead. He's a special kind of undead, though, and... God, is there any... I want a wand, goddammit. I swear there was one here. A quick save, we're gonna fight this dog. Oh, he's the hound. No, dog's not angry at us. It's good to know. There's a way to get through this door that's sensible and works well. But I can't remember how the hell to do it. I'm sure it's in the notes. I think I've always just kicked the door open. It's probably what we're going to do. It's not a very good door. We're knifing the door open. Like Michael Myers, we're just tearing through. Here's Sanguina.
Thank the gods! By the fine grace, what was...
He eyes the collar circling your neck and reaches a hand towards his blade.
Another sorcerer!
The Magister's companion doesn't blink, frozen in place at the sight of you.
Like you don't know? Mutiny! Did that witch fix your collar too?
He whispers loudly to the other Magister.
Don't just cower there, Rix. Take out your blade.
Rix grabs his sword, which shakes in the rhythm of his trembling hand.
Persuasion, an intelligence persuasion check. Makes sense.
Rix looks to his companion, who then looks to you. They drop their hands to their sides.
Go on then. Find a place to hide and stay there.
Alright, well, we're going in here to steal stuff. Quick save in case they turn on us. Take the shabby letter, take the quill, and take the ink pot. We might need that later. Got it? Yeah. You know what? Ignore the ink pot. I can't reach it for some reason. Now the resurrection scroll, absolutely useful. We're gonna need that. Take some tomes. I think this is like...
And you thought Rivellon was flat.
Right? Thought that was a secret thing that popped open. It is not. Open this up. Peace of mind. Oh, good. A wand, finally. And that's what we absolutely need, is a wand. So we're not going to be doing a lot of hand-to-hand fighting. We're going to avoid that as best we can. Let's take this journal. We can read all that stuff later. None of it's really important right now. What's important is we get to the next stage of the Next stage of the fight. By the way, if we wanted to get through here, just do this. And there should be a way to go upstairs. Yep, over here. I've opened up all this stuff. Oh, I mean, I haven't opened up these things. These little crates and barrels generally aren't going to have many useful things inside of them. It's not terribly important I'm looting all this, but I want to. And I can also loot this entire thing if I wanted to. I'm not going to because it will greatly overcapacity us. But there are tricks to this game. Very interesting tricks. About filling one of these containers up with a lot of heavy objects and then using a teleportation spell to drop it on someone's head, and it sort of calculates the weight, and you can basically create like an anvil bomb. Alright. First thing we're gonna do, raise up a nice little pet for us, and we're going to want to focus on one of them. So I think the one on the right is most likely to attack me. I don't have enough AP to do anything else, unless I do a flesh sacrifice, which I'll be doing. And I can do an attack as well. Now it's poisoned and bleeding. Now we can charge this guy. If I wanted to, I can explode. I'd probably kill this one. But I just want to keep it blocking. Thank you. 5 damage, my armor's gone. I find the AI in this it's very smart, right? It's very smart. Now we can sucker punch. Knocking it down. It's probably gonna die from the poison damage, so I want to focus on poisoning this guy. And we can do blood suck just to heal ourselves real quickly. And it's dead. Now, I want to hit it. And hit it again, because I don't think it can kill us in one turn. And if it can, I can summon another one. Can't summon another one yet, that's fine. Let's just throw some more poison on it. It's a lot of damage. That's fine though, because we now have Mosquito Swarm. Which gave it bleeding. We can summon another corpse, but I think we can kill it with one poison attack. Excellent, and it's dead. We're out of combat now, and we can just search these guys. There was another body that I can't quite reach because of just, there it is. Yeah, I want that scroll up. Oh my god, what? Where'd you go? Get back here, please. No, why'd you do that? Go back up here. For some reason, that just made me jump down. And there's poison. Okay. Poison's not going to last too long, so that's fine. I don't think we're going to die from that, so that's fine. We can switch out the threadbare pants for some stained pants, which will actually give us armor. Go ahead and heal ourselves. There we go. A quick save again. Really do want their stuff. Think they have something nice on them? There is a giant beast attacking at the same time. I don't think anything's going to happen quite yet, so we don't need to worry too much. Can you move this? There we go. I don't know when this fire goes away. Let's move this over here. Let's take the gold out of it. Can I move this? Move this here. And then puts out a bunch of the fire here. And then let's head down here, and we're gonna just start moving this up. Honestly, I wish there was a way to just... I think we can carry this. I don't know if I'd be able to, though. I'm gonna see if anything's in here. Nope. Can I pick up? Yep. Well overweight. We're gonna just move slowly, that's fine. It's probably better. Quick save again. And I want to get right here, and now open up our inventory, take out the water barrel, and just throw it down here. And look at that, we have a nice easy path right here. Plenty of scrolls to use, that's nice. And I want this wand. It's a fire wand, which is also useful. We can dual wield wands if we want to. I think dual wielding wands is pretty cool. Now we want to get to the other side of the ship. I think over here. Not sure there's anything else we need in this location. Please do not walk in the fire. Oh, good shoes. Now the fun thing about shoes with elves is those are shoes. You can now see I have tiny little anklets on. 'Cause, they don't like them. They don't like shoes. Ripped them apart, made little anklets. But it did give us a little higher bit of a physical armor score, so that's fine. I do notice there's only 2 kids in here. I think there were 3 downstairs. Now I can talk to these guys.
Shut your trap, kid. Children and dwarfs first, just like the old stories say.
The dwarf yanks at one of the nearby ropes to no avail.
You said there were other people down there. We need to help them.
You see those tentacles, kid? It's time for getting the hell out of here.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. There's a ladder right over there. You can go straight down.
You're gonna be the death of us, you hear?
Alright, we can go straight down here. I think this hatch was blocked earlier. There might be enemies down here. In fact, I know there are enemies down here. Emptied all these people out. I'm going to want to talk to her in a bit, but we'll wait on that. I don't know where that came from. Alright. So, I don't think I'm in range of a corpse. Oh, I am. Hopefully that guy can get out. And we're going to want to damage these guys. Now we control everyone that's been down here. They're going to be pretty powerful, but that shouldn't matter. Can I... Yeah, if I do one of these. Flesh Sacrifice to get a bit more AP. And we can damage him again. And apply Burning. We're going to have this summon block for us over here. They're allies for now, but these are going to be all party members we can recruit later on if we want to. And you can see some of their abilities. You can change their class if you want to. Oh my god, that was incredible.
They who are about to triumph.
I thought Voidwoken was supposed to be scary.
I don't know why the ally AI is doing this.
Let the games begin.
They're kind of setting each other on fire or walking into fire. But the faster we kill these guys, the faster they'll all go upstairs. They're all encouraging each other, which is, you know, phenomenal. Thanks. Alright, and there should just be one left. I think they should all have enough health to avoid going down, though. And they have health potions on them. That's excellent. That's good. You don't want them dying in this scene. This is their heroic moment. And look, she shocked both of them into damage them because they're wet. Alright, they're gonna all go upstairs.
Away. The sea's hungry. We don't have much time.
But we need to save one more person because there's still someone here.
It's Magister Suan.
This thing's hideous.
Put on this damn collar.
She tries to speak, but can only gape as she clutches her neck, trying to stem the bleeding of a gushing wound. With jagged movements, she raises her clenched fist and holds out a length of cloth, soaked with some kind of strong-smelling tincture. Blood quickly soaks through the cloth. Magister Siwan's mouth opens and closes, her eyes wide in terror.
I can't get a neck wound like that, so just hold it.
Working. The pressure is stemming the flow of blood. Siwan clutches your arm, her eyes locked with yours.
I like this because you'll see.
In the ship snaps. The floorboards shudder. Siwan struggles to her feet, clinging to you tightly. The ship lets out a deep groan, then cracks.
Pretty similar. My character can talk a lot, considering what's going on. This is very similar to the opening of Baldur's Gate 3. Which is much more action-packed because it doesn't have these really well drawn and animated, but it's full 3D like cutscenes.
I have plans for you, child. Rise.
Honorable Dallas, we lost a ship sailing sorcerer prisoners to Fort Joy. We assume some escaped and broke their collars. Their vile magic lured the Voidwoken. All who were aboard are presumed dead. Yours faithfully into eternity, High Judge Orivan.
And we're dead. Of course we're not, we'll pop up.
Those Voidwoken made short bloody work of the ship.
There we are.
The lone survivor.
Now that was the intro.
Someone, something, wanted me alive.
Yep, there's a lot of story, a lot of exposition going on here. But that's the very intro to the Divinity Original Sin 2. Fun little opening, teaches you what you need to know. Didn't teach me stealth, but I think you can learn that at some point soon. This is still Act 1. I've played this so many times, and I just get bored of it. Especially with friends. A lot of stuff can be done with this. But yeah, this has been the beginning. I definitely want to play through more of this. I do like the idea of going with the high crit, high physical damage, blood mage build. Is going to be fun. I want some armor that's a little less revealing. It's kind of scary how ripped we are. But yeah, that's the opening. I've been No More Worlds. Thanks for joining me, and we'll continue on from this. Bye for now.